Hi guys! I am really sorry that I basically disappeared off the planet for the last few months, but I promise you I will be back from now on and I will be posting regular videos again. And to start, I will not post a Wreck This Journal video, but I will post a video about my bullet journal. Because if you have followed me on Instagram, you may have noticed that I am completely addicted to bullet journaling lately, and I would really like to show you the pages I made for 2017, my yearly pages, and the pages I made in January, and I will also let you see my setup for February. So let's get started. Oh, by the way, you might have noticed that my voice sounds a little bit weird. I'm sorry for that, but I'm having a cold, so I am sounding completely crappy. I hope you won't mind and you will forgive me for that. Okay, let's get started. So let's start with my yearly pages of 2017. They are in the middle of my bullet journal because I only started bullet journaling in August 2016, and I decided I didn't want to start my new year in a new journal if I still had so many pages left. If you want to see the previous pages I made, then just let me know in the comments and I would be happy to do a flip through of them as well. But for now, let's start at 2017. As you can see on the left page, I made a memory page and it's filled with accomplishments and some personal memories. And on the right page, I decided to not only put my goals there, but also a few affirmations for the times when I forget that I can actually do this. I tend to believe that I am set up for failure or something like that, so I thought it would be good to have these affirmations on the page as well. So after that, I made my future log and I split it up into 2 pages so I have a bit more room to write on, and I filled them with doodles corresponding to each month. And then we go to my absolute favorite page of the book at this moment, because I am a total geek, so I really love my Super Mario star in the middle of this page. I really loved the concept of a year in pixels, and I wanted to do one myself, and what better way to do it than to actually create a pixel character on your page, right? Also, as you can see, I really like symmetrical spreads, so I decided that on the right page I would also do a pixel page, and in this on this page I will track the weather. Then we move on to my social media stats page. Growing on social media and on Etsy are a few of my goals for 2017. And I thought it would be nice to see my growth on one page so I can see if I am actually moving towards my goal or not, and on which social media I need to spend more time. This is also one of the pages I really love because it looks so wintry and happy, and so the right page is completely filled with my weight loss goal. I had a similar page, where is it? Here. This is the first one I made because I had a weight loss page before, but I was trying to track all the 30 kilograms at once that I wanted to lose, and that really didn't work for me because it was way too overwhelming. So I decided to take smaller steps, and I actually proceeded well on this goal, but at one point I was gaining it all back and I completely failed. But I really liked how I did it, so I wanted to try it again. So this one is 6 kilograms or minus 6 kilograms basically before the 1st of April. And on the left side you see my other winter goals, and some of them are social media oriented and some of them are more personal. And I really like how it looks, and I will color these in as I complete them. So in the end, this is supposed to be a completely colored page. Then I did my January pages, and I doodled a bit less than what I usually do because I spend so much time already on my yearly and seasonal pages, that I decided I just wanted to keep it simple for January, and I used washi tape on my first page. And here's my tracker for the month. It might look a bit empty, like it's not, some of the habits are not filled at all, and some of them really need a lot of improvement. But let me try to find my tracker for December. Here you can see that this one is completely white. I didn't do well at all in December. So considering that, I see a lot of improvement, and basically I think that's what a habit tracker is for, to see if you are actually improving on your habits. So as long as February is more filled than this, I am happy. This is my overview page. Also here I used a lot of washi to keep it simple and quick, but still, you know, make it look very nice. And I didn't get a lot of stuff done actually of this page because I don't know, January was a pretty crappy month. A lot of stuff happened, and basically I decided I would start over, and 2017 will start in February for me. But basically what I do on these overview pages is I write down the most important things I will do on that day. So just as a little reminder when I fill in my weeklies to know what I need to focus on that day. And what I have here is my happy log. I do one of them each month, and I try to make them look different each month. This month I wanted to do a huge Zentangle, and I filled every square with a happy thought of the day, something that made me smile. Some things are really little things, and maybe some things are a bit bigger, but every single day there's something that makes you at least smile. So this has been really helpful for me, because even on the worst days I can still fill in at least something, and at the end of the month it is so rewarding to look back on this. And here I did a month in doodles. I decided that this month I would not do a doodle challenge as I usually do, but I didn't want to skip doodling completely, so I just decided to make a page in which I would, you know, doodle my memories. And I really love it actually. So you will see that in February I chose to do it again. And this one maybe even is my favorite because all these doodles are so neat, and then there's this really weird dude. But this was actually how my little snowman looked after I built it, so I decided to make an exact replica of my snowman, and it's just so much fun to see it on my page forever, because obviously it melted already. So this is my first weekly page I made in my bullet journal, because last year I only did monthlies, and because I didn't want to spend forever to create my weeklies, I decided to give it a doodle kind of look. So I didn't use any rulers, I just counted the squares and that's it. And I doodled a bit around it, and it was really easy and quick to make. So I really like this layout, and I will try using it for the next few months, I guess, until I get bored, I guess. But for now it works perfectly. The only thing that didn't work so well was my activity tracker, because at first I wanted to track everything, and at the end of the week I saw that I couldn't track everything because this was not in my bullets I made. So yeah, and I don't know, it's really difficult for me to track what I do in general, especially like wasting time. I don't remember how much time I wasted at the end of the day, or even at the end of my wasted time. So I don't know. I On the second week I tried to do it again, but after this I changed it up a little bit. Um, this little guy you might actually recognize because Awkward Yeti developed this little guy. He is called Gallbladder, and because I was in the hospital, because my gallbladder made stones, I decided to draw Gallbladder from Awkward Yeti. And because of that, I really liked how how it, spruced up my pages. So I decided to doodle a little more during the week. Sorry about that. And as you can see, my activity tracker is way simpler. I only track 3 things at this point, and still, you see, there's a lot of empty space, and it didn't mean that I did nothing at those moments, but I really have to figure out what I will track and what not. So that's, if you have any tips for me, then please let me know. I would love to see yours. As you can see, I added a 4th thing here, which is my theater group, because I spend quite a lot of time on that group as well, as I'm the director. So this already looked a bit more filled, and it was easier to fill in than the first activity pages I made. And as you can see, I think it's really difficult to count because I counted from 26 to 28. And I only discovered it when I was trying to fill this page, and it didn't match up with the pages in with the date in my overview. So, I already was completely done with this page, and I really liked how my numbers looked. So I didn't want to use whiteout or cross them out or anything. So I just drew a little arrow, and I wrote the correct days here. And in my notes I wrote counting is difficult. And I think actually this is way more fun to solve it this way than to use whiteout all the time. I use whiteout sometimes, but I don't know, I like this better because now when I look back at this page, I always smile because I see what I did here. So, and it still looks nice. So here I came across a video of Bujo Boosted, and he actually created this diagram, and he called it the Ultimate Productivity Challenge, and it is really awesome. I will link the video in the description so you can see all about it. He is explaining it really well, but shortly, this will help you to get more productive, which I really need at this point in my life. So I wrote down 2 categories I want to be more productive at: work and home, and I wrote down 3 tasks for each category, and when I do one of these, I get to color in a square. And as you can see on the right page, there are 6 levels, and each level has a reward connected to it. And the levels go as follows. The first level is the complete outer squares, and then when you color them all in, you finish level 1, you get your reward, and you start on level 2, which is more to the inside, and you go a little bit more to the inside each time until you reach level 6, which is only 1 square, as you can see. So he made each step easier to make, which I think it's an awesome way, because when you accomplish level 1, that it will only get easier from now on. So I really hope I get to fill in the whole thing, because as you can see, my reward for level 6 is sushi, and I haven't eaten it for a very long time, and I am craving it. So yeah, wish me luck. Okay, that was all for January. For February, I decided not to make a Hello February page because basically it's all decoration and I like it, but I wanted to track my blog ideas and my YouTube ideas. I wanted a place to write them down and to track whether I actually posted these. And I thought it would be awesome to have it combined with my personal tracker. Um, as you can see, I changed the name because usually this would be called my habit tracker, but now I called it my personal tracker because some of them are not even actually habits, but just things I wanted to track. And I decided, like I said, that my year will start in February. So I called it Fabulous February just to remind myself that this is the month where it will all happen. This is my monthly overview for this month. Actually, I made a mistake here. I made the line a little bit too wide, and so these squares were bigger than the others. And I discovered it when I already drew it in pen. So instead of using whiteout or anything, I just decided to cover this whole thing with washi, and I actually like how it looks all framed like this. But it started with a mistake, so as you can see, mistakes are pretty awesome sometimes because they let you do things which you would have normally not done. And I wrote down a quote here because I had space and I wanted to write a little quote, and I wrote down a quote my boyfriend actually told me in the end of January, and I really wanted to remember this quote, so I thought I would just write it down on my overview. So as you can see, I created a new month in Doodles. It's exactly the same as the month in Doodles of January. Even the header is exactly the same, only I made the dot of the eye a little heart because, of course, it's Valentine's Day in February, and that's a great excuse to fill all the spreads with hearts. I love hearts. So I am really curious to see how this will look at the end of the month. And then I made a Letter Doodle daily page. It's a challenge I host on Instagram, so if you want to check it out, you can. This month's theme is the alphabet, actually. Each day of the week is dedicated to one letter of the alphabet. Each day of the month, is connected to a letter of the alphabet. And you can choose whether to letter just to write down the letters and to create different handwritings, or if you want to write a word that starts with the letter, or if you maybe just want to doodle something which starts with the letter. And I want to do both. And the doodles I want to make in my bujo, so you may not see it very well, but I filled this up with squares and rectangular shapes, and in each shape I will draw a doodle, and I made them in pencil so that the doodles can sometimes maybe exceed the lines a bit, but in the end I will have this all in pen and color, and I hope this will be an awesome page in the end. If you want to see my doodles develop, then follow me on Instagram because I will post my doodles there. This is the happy log for this month, and I made 29 hearts on this page. I used a metal stencil for this. Basically I tracked a metal heart, and yeah, I really like how this looks. This is my weekly, and as you can see, it's quite similar to this. The layout is exactly the same. The only thing I changed is in the corners of each frame I doodled a little heart, and I changed my font for this month. So that's the only thing I changed, and otherwise it's exactly the same. And this is so easy to make because basically if you have your first page, I start with all the left pages first. So I doodled this page Then I opened this page and I just traced all the boxes I had, and this is how you can do it really quickly. Yeah, so on each page there's a little bit of doodles. This page already has some color, and I will probably color the weather boxes as well and the doodles when I have time. And I will add the weather for these days on Thursday, because I found out that when I add the weather for the entire week, it really is not accurate anymore at the end of the week, so I do it twice each week. And as you can see, these are not colored yet. These are just basic black, and you know, they already look nice, I think, in black and white. So if I don't have time, I might just leave them black and white, and if I have time, I will add some color. It's as simple as that.